start with the devastating news in the women's tournament. USC will have to continue on to the Sweet 16 without their star JuJu Watkins. She will miss the remainder of the tourney after tearing her right ACL just 5 minutes into the Trojans' second-round matchup against Mississippi State. Here's USC head coach Lindsey Gottlieb, injured player.
I mean, I'd be lying if I told you that I wasn't rattled, seeing JuJu on the floor and crying. I mean, this is a human game. And so, tried obviously my best to be what I need to be for the team, but, internally it's a lot. Obviously just heartbroken if there's a serious injury for JuJu. But at the same time, to see this place rally behind her, I hope she can at some point see just the significance that she has here that goes so far beyond just her talent and abilities. I mean, that's what's really generational about it, the way she's galvanized everyone. And then the way that her team, had her back and also really is a team, and we've got people who are capable and willing to step up.
Andraya, not only is she arguably the biggest star of this tournament, her team had a legit shot to win it all. What was your reaction when you heard this news?
Devastated. I mean, it was, you heard Lindsey Gottlieb say heartbroken, and Rebecca Lobo used the same word, and that's not being dramatic. From a human perspective, watching JuJu Watkins in pain like that, it was gut-wrenching. It really was just a devastating moment for so many reasons. She is a player, if we're talking basketball, that moves so effortlessly. She's so fluid. She glides across the court. She floats. She flies. Watching her move on the court and then go down in pain like that is devastating. She's also a player that doesn't show very much emotion ever. And so to see that level of emotion and pain from JuJu, yeah, I think devastated and heartbroken, gut-wrenching, those are not dramatic words. They're accurate, they're appropriate. This is a really sad moment for JuJu, of course, for the team, for LA, but also just for women's basketball and basketball fans. It's a very heartbreaking moment for sure.
Stephen A.?
Well, listen, I'm definitely heartbroken for her. I think she's the face of college basketball, women's college basketball this year. I was really, really looking forward to her going on a collision course against UConn. She had 29 and 10 last year, if I remember correctly, in the Elite Eight against them. She's a phenomenal player. I think she is sensational, and I think her future is bright, and I'm just wishing her, my prayers are for her. Hopefully that she'll make a full recovery and she's healthy, but it's a devastating loss for college basketball because she's a showstopper. She is box office. I love watching her. I love seeing her play. And obviously I had aspirations for USC to win the national championship because I thought she had the potential to carry them there. I had them in the national championship game against South Carolina. That's, I don't see that happening. Let me be very, very clear about that now. I don't think they're doing that without her. And it's just, what do you say? I mean, listen, it's one of those things where that's why, I'm not going to, it was hard for me to even just sit here and have a smile on my face looking forward to doing today's show because thinking about seeing her last night go down the way that she did is just heartbreaking. You just wish her nothing but the best. But you wish USC the best, obviously, but you don't think the best for them without her because she's so phenomenal that to lose her, all the aspirations that they may have had, they're still alive, they can do it, but I sincerely doubt that they're going to be able to do but so much without her.
I concur with everything both of you guys have said. You were praying for the best, but you kind of expected the worst. When she goes down like that, she kind of got sideswiped. Stephen A., kind of reminds you of the Kawhi injury. Remember in Utah when the guy sideswiped Kawhi?
Yep.
And he didn't go down. He just, shot the free throws and walked off the court. When she went down in the manner in which she went down, she grabbed her knee, she started screaming, she started crying. Yes, she's an emotional player, but she's a very tough individual. I met her and her parents last year, Stephen A. in Cairns, and she was very respectable. You have to admire her after being around her and seeing how everything is yes sir, no sir. Congratulations on your season, JuJu. You're unbelievable talent. Keep working hard. Yes, sir, I will. That's the goal. I want to be the best. It was just unbelievable. And the news broke last night, Stephen A., when we were doing Nightcap, and Ocho was asking me, what do you think? What do you think? I said, I don't even want to speculate. But I had a sneaky suspicion because when she went down the ways that she went, and you see it, if you go back and look at it, you see how that right knee buckled, you knew you kind of expected the worst. But as all you guys have said, I'm hoping They have the best surgeons, probably Dr. Neil Elatrosh, who's probably the chief surgeon for USC. I know he handles a lot of the sports clubs out there in LA. He's probably going to be the one that's handling this surgery, and everybody knows what he did. He handles Kobe surgery. He's done a lot of high-profile athletes surgery. He's one of the best. She's very high-profile. She's very deserving of the best. But it just breaks your heart, guys, because we don't expect, we expect our stars to be invincible. Nothing's supposed to happen to them. And here it is, man. She can make a full
when it was
recovery.
all teed up
Candace
for
Parker
her-
tore
for
her
her
knee,
run.
and she came back to be one of the greatest ever. So I'm not
even-
expecting anything less from JuJu.
Even she will be back and better than ever, but of course devastating. Andraya,
Correct.
we were all selfishly, I know that's not what it's about right now, but clamoring to see that Elite Eight potential matchup of UConn and Paige versus her and USC. So at this point, now is it UConn's tourney to lose?
Yeah, I mean, this is so tough, Molly. I was someone that picked UConn to advance regardless of this situation because of the experience that they have in the tournament. Gino, as a head coach, Paige Bueckers leads the country as far as active players go in minutes played and points in NCAA tournament games. They have other guards who have started in Final Four and national championship games. So now they have all of this experience coming in. And USC, you're leaning on JuJu, your superstar. You just heard Stephen A. He said it, and he was right. You expect JuJu to carry USC to this meeting with UConn, and if they were to beat UConn and go to the Final Four, it would be on the shoulders of USC. So now you're asking players to come into this tournament where they already don't have very much experience, and now not only do they not have much tournament experience, they barely have any experience without JuJu on the court. So you're asking a lot of this USC team. I do have it as UConn's run at this point.
No question about it. I got UConn meeting South Carolina. That's how I'm looking at it for the national championship at this point. And to put things in perspective for JuJu Watkins, I mean, 1,709 points in her first 2 seasons in college basketball. Only Kelsey Mitchell from OSU has scored more points than her in the first 2 seasons in their collegiate career. This young lady is special. She is a special talent. We talked so much about Caitlin Clark last year. I don't think we talked enough about JuJu Watkins this year and what she brings to the table. She's absolutely sensational. She's a showstopper. And for her to go down like that, I think Shannon's absolutely right. She'll come back from it. I don't think we have any reason to doubt that. It's just that, boy, what a pall it puts over this season. Now we got to look at Paige Bueckers, and we have to say, go ahead, girl, do your thing. Do what we were expecting from JuJu, because we were expecting that collision course, because it's not just about winning games, losing games. It's about people being box office and being star attractions. And JuJu was definitely that, along with Paige Bueckers. Now it's Paige Bueckers. And now you got to look at her, because JuJu's not there. Everybody's going to be looking for UConn, but with UConn, it starts with her. That's who you're looking at. And so that's what the expectation is going to be now, simply for us to be as intrigued as we anticipated we would be, because we knew what JuJu Watkins was going to bring to the table.
Shannon?
Yeah, it's a matchup. You want to see Bueckers and JuJu. That's what it was about, because we don't have that on the men's side. Who we wanted to see go against Cooper Flagg? Do we know anybody? We wanted to see this matchup, and unfortunately, we were going to get it not in the national championship game, not in the Final Four. We were going to get it in the Elite Eight. Because the game was so great last year, we were clamoring to see that game again. Because Stephen A. and Andraya, you know this, when they're superstars, Bird, Magic, when they get, hey, I just want to see it. We want to see this. We long to see LeBron and Kobe. That's what we were supposed to get in 2009,
Never
Stephen
got
A.
that.
We clamored for that. We never got that. And we got a small glimpse of it last year, and everybody was looking for the encore. It's going to happen again. They're going to meet in the collision course, and unfortunately, JuJu goes down. And you're right, it's all on Paige Bueckers. They went to South Carolina and they did a demolition job. You're right, Andrea. It's their tournament to lose. I had USC because of JuJu. She had that ability to do what Cheryl Swoops. Now, granted, her team is more talented than what Cheryl Swoops took to the national championship, and they end up beating the great Ohio State team led by Katie Smith. But JuJu has that ability. 3-level score, 3-point mid-range, can finish at the rim, free throw, outstanding defense, and it's just sad. It is so sad to see her get injured.
Yeah, it's absolutely heartbreaking, and everything that USC did was centered around JuJu. People got open shots because of the way teams defended JuJu. I do want to give love to Kiki Iriafen, who led them last night in JuJu's absence, and the
36.
way the team rallied, but we are absolutely devastated and sending the best to JuJu.